Are you like millions of people who have set goals a few weeks ago, only to find that you've kind of fallen off the bandwagon? Now, how are you supposed to stick to your SMART goals if you've lost motivation and interest in them by now? I mean, does it all feel like some New Year's hype and an impossible dream? Is this year starting to look like the chaos of last year? Is it actually possible to not only set goals but be enthusiastic and motivated every day without the fear of getting off track, losing interest, or perhaps motivation and feeling like a failure? I bet you've tried to set goals every year with the best of intentions and maybe even invested in expensive diaries, planners, and goal-setting software and courses, and nothing has quite worked for you, right? How do you find the time and motivation to stay on course with your goals if you're a busy mom or dad, business person, or young entrepreneur who's also struggling to hold down a full-time job, especially during these turbulent times? How do you justify spending money on expensive planners and maybe even coaching if you barely use any of it, or worse still, you feel like you're still failing? That feeling of nothing has changed in your life compared to last year. Why is it so nerve-wracking to feel like you're stuck in a rut, not progressing financially or even mentally? That feeling of being stuck while everyone else around you seems to prosper and move forward in leaps and bounds. Can you really be more as a person, become more mentally strong, take on life's challenges head on, achieve more financially without the overwhelming confusion and fatigue? Tell me, are you ready to not only achieve all these things, but also become a blessing to others without the fear of selling your soul to having enough left for yourself? Then you're at the right place. I might have a solution for you. You see, it all starts right here, right between your ears. You see, even before we set our very first goals, there is some groundwork that needs to be done. And that's what I'm talking about here. When should you really set goals? Is like January 1st the only day, or is another day better? I mean, are you mentally and emotionally ready to be in a frame of mind that sets you up for achieving your life goals this year? What about all the chaos of last year? Does it seem like it's kind of spilling over this year and weighing you down? Look, let's just stop for a minute. If any or all of the questions that I've run through have run through your head today, day after day, I might be here to help you. My name is Christopher Sajnendra. I'm a coach to some very highly successful people. And while I don't claim to know it all, I have helped many people facing similar challenges to easily transform their life by creating a sustainable step-by-step action plan to overcome some of life's toughest obstacles. And yet, not that long ago, I was in your shoe too. You see, those early days were rough, they were overwhelming, they were confusing, and needless to say, tough. You see, every new year, like millions of people from around the world, I'd set goals, but eventually I'd fall off the bandwagon. And it's not that I wasn't organized. I just found things like doubt, anxiety, a lack of faith to reach my goals, other people's opinion of me, not knowing my strengths, my priorities, and maybe even my purpose were the very obstacles that derailed my ambitions. And I'd take a step forward only to take 3 more back. And I was drowning in overwhelm and at times fearful and anxious and even angry that I wasn't achieving much. It's that feeling of being stuck, and what would often follow is a lack of motivation to get back on track. I'd look at my goals and work hard. It seemed like I was always busy doing things, but never really moving forward at the rate that I aspired to. And then one day things changed. When I discovered how to address each of these obstacles that were subconsciously holding me back, the rest is history. Anyways, it's that kind of, if that's kind of how you feel right now, then let me give you a roadmap and a blueprint to getting emotional mastery so that you stop hitting dead ends or getting lost on back roads and instead take the fast lane to sticking to your life, health, relationships, and even financial goals this year. I would love for you to have an year you can be proud of. Now let me show you that you too can achieve everything that you've aspired to and admired other people doing. Look, the secret is that all of it begins with a transformation of how we look at different things in our life. So here's what I'm proposing. A step-by-step plan, a masterclass over 11 powerful days, we tackle and strategize how to overcome things like fear, doubts, other people's opinions of us, how to become more courageous, fuel our faith, discover our passion, priorities, and potential. And finally, we unveil our purpose and discuss why simply just knowing your why is not enough. It's no fluff, no messing around, just a simple plan to take you from a life of stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, and fogginess to a life where you're finding control of your emotions and your future.